This is your 2026 market predictions and major game changer. Stop what you're doing. The game just changed, and it happened overnight. For months, we've been waiting for the Fed to save the housing market. Turns out that call came from the White House instead. On Friday, President Trump issued a direct order to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy $200 billion with a B in mortgage bonds. And the market reacted instantly. Mortgage rates fell off a cliff, dropping 22 basis points in a single day, landing us at exactly 5.99%. Folks, we haven't seen this number since February 2nd of 2023. But before you celebrate, you need to understand what this actually is. This isn't organic market healing. This is a 200 billion adrenaline shot straight into the heart of the housing market. And like any adrenaline shot, it creates a massive burst of energy, but we don't know how long it will last. So I want you to understand why your rate just dropped so you don't get played. So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they don't make loans, they buy them. And they're the engine that keeps money flowing to lenders. And usually they buy at a very steady pace. But President Trump just told them, hit the turbo button. And by forcing $200 billion in purchases, he artificially spiked the demand for mortgage bonds. Now, Economics 101, when your demand for bonds goes up, yields go down. And when yields go down, your mortgage rates drop. He explicitly said the goal is to drive payments down and affordability up. And at this point, it worked, literally overnight. But here's the ruthless reality check. This is manufactured. This isn't because inflation is solved. This isn't because the economy is perfect. It's because the government put a heavy thumb on the scale. So now what happens when $200 billion runs out? Or if the market gets spooked by the government interference, rates could snap back. So this is a window of opportunity, not a guarantee. So what is a manufactured rate do to Southern California and Temecula Valley real estate? Well, it pours gasoline on a fire that was already smoldering. We were already starting to see more offers coming back into turnkey homes. But now you just give every buyer on the fence a $300 a month discount. So let's do some math on this. Let's call it a $750,000 home in the Temecula Valley, dropping from 6.4% to 5.99%, saves you roughly $200 to $250 a month over the life of the loan. Well, that's nearly $90,000 in interest. That's enough to make a renter become a buyer. And that is enough to make a move-up buyer finally list their home. So what can you expect? Expect open houses this weekend to potentially be packed. If you're looking in that $600,000 to $800,000 range, the sleepy winter market is officially over. And here's the part where I stop being nice. Buyers, this is your flash sale. You have been complaining about 7% rates for 2 years, and you just got 5.99% handed to you on a silver platter by an executive order. If you sit around waiting for 4.99, you're gambling. This is $200 billion. Intervention is a finite resource. Once the market absorbs this news, rates could stabilize or even tick up. If inflation fears return, you don't know. They could also tick up again. My advice, go out, lock in the rate, secure the asset. If rates go lower later, you refinance. If they go higher, you'll look like a genius for buying during the Trump dip. Sellers, you just got liquidity event. There are thousands of buyers who were priced out at 6.5% who just qualified at 5.99%. If your house is sitting on the market right now and you don't get an offer in the next 14 days, it's not the market, it's your price. You have no more excuses. The rates are down, the buyers are unlocked. If you aren't selling, you're overpriced, period. All right, so what's your action plan? What do you want to do right now? For my buyers, get pre-approved at 5.99% this week. Start tonight. If you don't have a lender, reach out. I can get you two of my favorite lenders. Lock in that rate for maximum period, which is usually going to be 45 to 60 days. And then you want to get out there and see the inventory with your realtors. Write offers with 21-day closes to beat rate expiration. But expect multiple offers, and you might have to plan to go up a little bit on your offer to win. For sellers, list by February 1st to catch the wave. Price at market value. The buyers will bid it up, but don't get greedy. Pricing 5% too high, and you're going to miss this window of opportunity. So again, buyers, call your lender tonight. Get pre-approved at that 5.99% and lock it in for 60 days. When you find a home with your realtor, write a fast and close faster offer. Sellers, if you have until February 1st to list and catch this wave. After that, spring inventory, which we're already expecting, hits. Now you're competing with everyone else. So price it right. Let the market bid it up. Everyone else, stop waiting. This is your sign. The market gave you a gift. Do not waste it. Hey, I hope this video provided some clarity and value. And until next time, stay blessed.